Outside another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime, climbed through the window and down the line. I'm shining like a new dime. All right, guys. How are you today? Shawn Cheek, web piano teacher. How you doing? We're going to learn this awesome song. Do you remember this song? I was in high school, I think, when it was playing on the radio all the time. That's how we learned our songs back then, right? On the radio. Let's get to it. All right, so we're going to learn one measure at a time on this first page. And we'll just start with the first measure, of course. And look at the first chord there. All right, we're in the key of B flat. Okay, it's always good to know what key you're in, because if you don't know what key you're in, you don't know what to expect. So if you know what key you're in, you know what three chords you're probably going to have, and you'll know what those three chords are, the recipes for them: B flat, D, F, E flat, G, B flat, F, A, C. And when you expect that ahead of time, it makes it so much easier to play the song. I got a friendly gnat here. To play the song. And this one, but not only this one, but others that are in the key of B flat, because you'll see the same things over and over again in these keys. So that's why I spend so much time talking about that. So we look at this first chord, B flat. The key of B flat has two flats, and you can see that in the key signature right here. Okay, we have B flat and E flat. So every B and E are going to be automatically flat. B flat, E flat. So if I played a B flat scale, you can see I'm flatting B and E, so just get that in your mind. You're going to be flatting those two letters anytime they come up. Doesn't mean there won't be accidentals or other, sharps or flats that occur in the song, but most of the time that's what it's going to be. So B flat, E flat, look out for that. And now we can look at our first chord, a B flat chord. It's in the key we're in. Most songs start on the chord of the key you're in. Okay, so we look at the letters F, B flat, D. So on the keyboard, we have these three letters, B flat, D, F. So that's what composes a B flat chord, okay? Always, I don't care what B flat chord it is or what B chord it is, B, D, F will be in all of them. But you flat the B, I can play it like this, I can switch the letters around, but the recipe is B flat, D, F. Okay, those are called inversions when I play the chord a different way. This chord symbol also tells you what octave you're going to play in the left hand, and there it is, a B flat octave. Okay, so I'm down here on the left hand. Here's middle C. Okay, so B flat octave is way down here. You're going to have that, and most of rock, pop, piano playing are octaves in the left hand. Sometimes you'll have a middle note with your two finger, but most often just an octave. And we have this chord on top, the B flat chord, and we're going to play it this way: F, B flat, D, with 1, 3, 5. Start thumb is your one finger, 1, 3, 5. So I play that. I got my first chord. Now practice taking your hands off and going back to it. Don't just, get there. Any of us can play it once our fingers are there, but make sure you can just land it, okay? All right, there's our first chord, our B flat chord. Okay, we'll play the whole line in a minute, but let's go through it. This is just my way of notating ties. Okay, a lot of times in traditional notation, people get confused. Do I play that or do I not? Is it a slur? Is it a tie? Well, I just put little X's there so you know there was a tied note, but you don't play it again. All right, the B flat we already have right here when we played it. And then B flat F, we also already played that as well. So you just stay in that one position for the whole first measure. Okay, so let's play that first measure now. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Practice that again. Take your hands off and you can start again. And you can play it again. Do repetitions. Dum, bum, bum. 3 and 4. And if you know the song, you can feel that rhythm. If you want to count it, that's fine. But at the end of the day, rhythms are felt, not counted. Okay? We only count it so that we can feel it. Then when we feel it, we don't have to count it anymore. All right, we move on to the next measure. Here's another one of our primary chords. Okay, once we learn these chords here in this lesson 1, they're going to apply for the rest of the song, and you'll have them. That's why we're spending a little extra time here on these chords just to understand them. So we move to an E flat chord. That's the 4 chord in the key of B flat. B flat is the 1 chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat's the 4 chord. It's a primary chord. Okay, we're going to have it a lot. And you spell it E-G-B, but you got to flat the E and the B. E flat, G, B flat. I can play it this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, or that way. Doesn't matter. The recipe is E flat, G, B. Memorize that, okay? Now, So we have our E flat chord. It also tells us the octave in the left hand. There it is, E flat octave. And as I said before, there's that B flat in the 2 finger. That's called the 5th in the middle. Okay? So I have E flat, B flat, E flat. So that's our second chord. Then I'm going to play my 4th finger on the C, D, C, B flat as a triplet. So it's C, D, C, B flat, do, 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 do. Okay? 1, 2. Again. Now let's play the first 2 measures. I learned the first one. You did your repetitions on it, right? You played it a bunch of times, 5, 10 times. You learn this one, play it 5, 10 times. And then you put those guys together and work on them as a group 5 or 10 times. That's how you practice. That's how you don't quit and keep playing piano. All right, here we go. 1, 2, beginning, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. Sounds just like the song, right? I try to make my transcription as close to the original as possible. It's kind of the reason I'm still able to make a living on this after 20 years. All right, so we go back to our B flat chord. You already know it, so let's not spend time talking about it. Let's just play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have your B flat. You already played right there. And then your right hand is already on the F with your thumb. When you played that chord there, the C is just on your 4th finger, okay? And the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you play that 3rd measure there. Now do your repetitions on that. Pause your video. Okay, a lot of people tell me, you talk too much, you talk too fast. Be quiet. I have to talk to teach. And you need to be pressing pause on your video and doing your repetitions, okay? You press pause, you work on measure 1, repetitions. Press pause, work on measure 2. Okay, don't try to keep up with me. I'm not going to sit here in live video and wait for you to do your repetitions. You do them, and then I'm here when you press on pause. Now we're going to try the whole first line. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now, guess what? You work on the whole line as a group. Okay, work on the whole line as a group. Now you do repetitions on all 3 of those measures. Then you move to the second line, which is what we're going to do right now. And I'm spending a lot of time on this part 1, showing the ropes how to practice, and then we'll go quicker through the other lessons. So once you know what you're doing, you can do it. So let's move on. All right, here is the second line of that same page. And I'm going to play it first so you can just listen to it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Outside of. And then I go to the lyrics there, okay? So here we go. First chord is an E flat chord. You already know it. Not going to spend time talking about it. Boom. And then the next part you already know as well because we played it. In fact, we played this exact measure, didn't we? Okay, moving on. You already know the B flat chord. There's another one. There's another one. And there it stays B flat there. So we already know this measure. Music repeats. When you see a song that has, 5, 6, 7 pages, don't go, oh, I got to learn 5, 6, 7 pages. No, you don't. You might have to learn a page and a half because music repeats. A verse will have 2 parts usually, and the second part's usually like the first. And then you do another verse, exactly the same thing. Chorus, exactly the same thing every time it comes through. So it's not as long as you think it might be, okay? So let's play through now this second line and go 1, 2. Outside of, okay? It's hard to stop right there. You want to just keep going. All right, another yellow moon. Okay. So here we go with another yellow moon. Let's play it through first. Why don't we? Okay. Another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime. Okay. So I'm trying to give you exactly what the piano's doing in this song, not just kind of close. And it's fun to sing along and play. And Rod Stewart's got a high voice, so if you have a regular voice, you could probably sing it an octave lower. All right, so let's do it. What do we have? Identify the chords. That's so important. There's E flat. Okay, if you've always just read music and not paid attention to what's up here, you can do that. You can be a really good music reader and have no idea what chords are, and you're missing out. You're way behind because you have no idea what you're doing and how music works. Okay, so start paying attention to chords. E flat, and there's a C, and there's the B flat chord we talked about. There's the F C we've been playing. All material we've already done. The B flat chord, as well as all material we've done. E flat, B flat chord right there. Now you look at that and go, well, I'm playing an E flat chord. What is that? Sometimes the chord on the right hand will change on top of the right hand. Okay, and that happens right there. So you can think of that, as a B flat chord, even though the left hand's still going with the E flat part of it. Okay, so since you know that already, let's play it through. We'll go slow. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime. I tried to get the lyrics as close as I could to where they go. I didn't, kill myself trying to get them right, exactly, but they're close enough where you can tell where you are. Second line done. Boom. All right, we're going to do the playthrough at the end where we go all the way through, but we have 2 more lines to go. Okay, so get a little drink of coffee if you need to take a break. All right, this is a teaching video, not just a quick Instagram thing to give you a dopamine hit. You're actually going to learn something in my lessons, okay? So I should mention, if you like my lessons, there's a $1 trial for 7 days, cancel anytime. See if my lessons work for you. Maybe they don't, maybe they do. I have thousands on there because I've been doing this for 20 years. And that 1-day trial is 85% successful. 85% of people keep going once they start the trial. All right, so I climb to the window. Let's play through and go. Whoops. No, that's right. I forgot where the lyric goes right there. Let's try it again. I climb through a window and down the street. I'm shining like a... Look at that. Can you see all of the things that we've already done? Okay, identify that B flat chord. And I want you to get where you don't have to see that B flat. You just know it's a B flat chord. Or if you do see the chord symbol, you go B flat D F because you know it, because you've done it so many times. E flat chord, B flat chord. Okay, our open fifth of the F and C there, back to B flat. Name those chords. Think about them. It'll advance you farther than you ever dreamed as far as understanding. Okay. Let's move on to the 4th line. Okay, I always do 3 measures per line in this method, and I do 4 lines per page, 12 measures total, because that's a bite-sized chunk you can handle. Okay, most people's mistake is they try to do too much at one time. You have to do something you can be successful at, and if that's only 2 measures, then that's what it is. But given enough time, you can learn the whole thing doing that system. Okay, so stay in your lane. Don't try to jump levels, and just go for the stars, because that's not going to work. You got to go through the ranks like everyone else, but it's fun. It can be a lot of fun. All right, some new stuff here. E flat chord, we know that. Like a new dime, and then we have the downtown trains are full. I usually can sing pretty high. It's still early for me, so I'm just trying to get up there. Rod Stewart could really get in the stratosphere those days. All right, so some different new material. So let's identify it. Okay, this was the same. This is right here. This is different. And it's only different because you're adding a note to the chord. It's still an E flat chord, and there's not an E flat here because this one was, so it stays, okay? So if you see a chord and they always say, what is that one? It's the same one until it changes, okay? No need to put another E flat. So what did we do here? We added a G. What does that do to the chord? Absolutely nothing, okay? It's like, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing, that song, G, B flat, E flat. We're going to add a G on top. And I'm going to play it 1, 2, 4, 5. Do not scoot your 3rd finger over because you're so afraid of using your 4th finger. Your 4th finger is there. Use it. Okay, you just got to get used to doing it. It's right there. It makes it easier, less strain on the hand. G, B flat, E flat, G. All right, so it's a full chord there. If you can't quite do it and you just want something easier, leave the bottom note out and play the top 3. Just for now, till you can add it in later, okay? That's a quick fix for that. Left hand's the E flat, B flat, E flat that we already talked about. No biggie. Okay? We have another E flat, that's easy, and then the same chord right there. Okay? When you play that chord, okay, it's not enough just to know what it is and, to be able to get there. You need to not strain when you play it, especially when you're spreading your hand out like that. And I'm going to show you something real quick that you can do all the time on any chord when you play it, something big like that. Okay, you want to see what my hand does? I'll come down. then I immediately, it's kind of like when you see a building imploding, you know, in slow motion on TV, and then the bottom of it just kind of goes out like that. That's what you want to think. You come down, that's the implosion, boom, and then it goes out. My elbow's coming out. You see my elbow doing that? Don't play it and go boom and lock like concrete. Don't do that, all right? So you want to play it. All right, some of you are just, tense. Oh, so tense. Loosen up, okay? Loosen up. The only tension you need is when you play it, and then let that go outward like that every time you play a chord. That's why great pianists' arms move around like that. Yeah, it looks beautiful, but that's why they're doing it. Those elbows let that energy go out like that instead of staying strained in the muscles of your fingers. Okay, little technique lesson there. Now, let's move on. Or let's play what we have so far, right? 1, 2, and ready, and go. Like a new dime, the downtown trains are full. So, moving on to the third measure of this next line, we have A, C, F, A. Excuse me. It's an F chord. Okay, so you have A, C, F, A, 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, I might have actually went to the next page, but that's all right. I'm going to finish it because I started it. A, C, F, A, 1, 2, 4, 5. Again, use that fourth finger. It's an F chord, F, A, C, left hand C, F, C, F. 4-note chord. Again, if you can't do it, just play the top 3. That'll be fine. Okay. So we add that on to what we already know. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Like a new dime, the downtown trains are full. Now we have a cool part. We have octaves, okay? How do you do octaves? Well, you watch your thumb and you measure, okay? A lot of people never get fast at their octaves because they're trying to be too careful about it. You watch your thumb, and then I watch my thumb, and I measure the pinky. And you're going to split some and miss them for a while until you start getting them. F, B flat, A, F, okay? Okay, you're never going to dunk a basketball until you try to dunk a basketball a lot of times. Or, in my case, you never are able to dunk it, but maybe touch the net. F, B flat, A, F, just keep practicing that. And my hand has the same movement. Show you real quick what you do on an octave. See that motion? I play and I have tension to play, but then I immediately release it. A lot of technique is getting rid of that tension that you have. Get rid of the tension. Okay, you have to have a little tension just to play, but then you relax every time. And that way your hands never get tired. Your mechanism never gets tired. Your shoulders never get tired and have cramps and all of that. Okay, now we play the whole line. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Like a new dime, the downtown trains are full. Isn't that pretty? All right, now we're going to do the playthrough. Yeah, I went too far. I gave you an extra line there. I gave you a page 2. That's okay. All right, I got to get used to doing just 4 lines per page. All right, here we go. Let's do the whole playthrough here, and we'll play everything we've learned this lesson. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Whoops. There's the first page. See, gave you the first extra line there. So 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1, 2, 3. Outside another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime. I climb through the window and down to the I'm shining like a new. And then we have the next part. Hope you guys enjoyed that. See on the website, you can download my sheets for this and get to learn this song, learn it all the way through. Try that $1 trial 7 days. It's only $1 if it doesn't work for you. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you had fun.